Hello everyone. This is the last of the video presentations for this course. We will quickly review the main concepts covered in the course so far. There are many topics and issues related to technology that we were unable to cover simply because of time constraints. We only had 10 weeks, so that was not much really to cover everything. I would like to draw your attention to some of those topics that we didn't cover so you can explore them on your own. The presentation ends with recommendations and suggestions for continued growth, especially in the field of educational technology and towards becoming a reflective practitioner. Let's now quickly go over some of the main concepts covered in this course. We talked about constantly being bombarded by digital content every second of our life. This new digital landscape we mentioned has created a new generation of learners. These are the post millennials, also known as Generation Z, aka the always on generation. They share a globalized culture that is constantly being redefined due to new emerging technologies. We talked about the characteristics of Generation Z and had the opportunity to explore a variety of strategies to reach out to them in our classrooms. We examined the 21st century skills we need to develop in our students. We explored the ISTE standards for students and for educators. We also had the opportunity to closely examine the technology standards from Michigan's Department of Education and explore the newly published MTechs, the Michigan Integrated Technology Competencies for Students. We discussed how technology can be repurposed for teaching and learning and how to assess the effectiveness of repurposed technology as assistive technology using the criteria outlined in the TAPE framework. Other frameworks and models we explored in class included the SAMR and RAT models to understand how technology impacts teaching and learning, the TPACK model that helps us to identify the different knowledge domains teachers need to have for effective technology integration, and the SET model that focuses on the integration of assistive technology for students with special needs. All of these frameworks and models enable us to develop the Swiss Army knife approach, the temperament, a habit of mind, a deep understanding of content, and tools that comes with training and experience. The Swiss Army knife approach is a type of critical thinking that helps us to organize our thoughts so we can make informed decisions about technology integration. This will help us become a more critical consumer of technology and a reflective practitioner. We used all of these frameworks and models to analyze various lessons to determine effective integration of technology in teaching and learning. We talked about equity and access. We explored laws and legal requirements towards all students when it comes to ensuring equitable access to technology. We explored various online tools such as the VPAT, the WAVE, which was the Web Accessibility Evaluation Tool, and the PALM Initiative to help us ensure that all technology and related resources are equally accessible to all students. We explored two online resource banks, the Michigan's Alt plus Shift Lending Library and Able Data, to select an assistive technology and analyze it for student use using the AT checklist adapted from the SET framework. We also talked about closing the digital use divide by ensuring all students understand how to use technology as a tool to engage in creative, productive, lifelong learning rather than simply consuming passive content. We learned to differentiate the curriculum and instruction using the concepts of the UDL framework, Universal Design for Learning. We leveraged the framework to gamify learning so we can reach diverse learners. We explored various developmental theorists such as Vygotsky and others on play-based learning, and we connected all of that with the significance of games in teaching and learning for our digital native video gamers. We tested our newly acquired understanding on play-based learning by designing a lesson that gamified learning to achieve the lesson objectives. Lastly, we looked at assessment and the impact of technology on assessment and how to leverage it effectively to ensure valid, reliable, and authentic assessments. Then we used the checklist for technology integrated assessment plan to develop an assessment plan that effectively leverages technology. And of course, we had our weekly discussion board where we discussed at length various topics and issues related to EdTech. My hope and expectation is that you're able to apply all the knowledge and skills learned so far to develop a well-informed technology integrated curricular plan. And and that you will use this knowledge and skills and transfer them to your students and help them become responsible and contributing digital and global citizens. On that note, there are many topics and issues related to technology that we were not able to cover or explore in depth. Some of those that I would like you to think more about and explore on your own are equitable access to all, providing equitable access to all our students. As teachers, it is not only our legal responsibility but also our duty to make sure that all of our students have equitable access to technology because that translates to providing equal opportunity for success to all of our students. So we should always be on a quest, on the lookout to provide equitable access to technology to all students. The other one has to do with social justice and technology. Technology has the potential to disrupt existing power structures and existing norms and traditional values. So how can we leverage technology to empower our students coming from marginalized communities? And that is something that we definitely need to seek out and discuss in our classrooms. The other one has to deal with tradition versus innovation. There is always a tension between tradition and innovation. This is especially true of traditions of minority cultures. How do we negotiate that tension in a balanced manner without further marginalizing those cultures? Another aspect of the tension between tradition and innovation is the fact that technology is restructuring the contemporary workplace. In some cases, it is creating new jobs, but in other cases, machines are taking work away from humans. So, what can we do to prepare our students for the future workplace? Another topic or issue has to deal with technology being both creative and destructive at the same time. It enables us to do new things that were impossible before or to do old things better. But technology is also destructive in the sense that it destroys or undermines things that are valuable. For example, digital technology has already resulted in a dramatic erosion of personal privacy. As teachers, we have a responsibility to have these discussions with our students so they can develop that critical lens. The, Another aspect of technology, it has to do with the environment. Technology is a double-edged sword. It can both liberate and enslave us. It has the potential to improve the quality of life, but it also introduces new environmental issues. Technology is contributing to the world's waste crisis, but it also has the potential to solve it. For example, Disney's 2008 animated movie Wall-E correctly characterizes the looming environmental crisis facing humanity. As teachers, we must centralize the role of technology and the environment in our teaching and learning so our students are well informed of the future environmental issues. Lastly, the topic that I would like to bring to your attention or the issue is maintaining the human touch. Technology facilitates interaction with others. However, it also creates an illusion that we are connected with others. In reality, it can never replace the quote unquote in person, human to human interaction. A smile, a handshake, a pat on the back, a hug. These are timeless catalysts that set the tone in our classrooms, uplift a child's mood, motivate them to new heights, and can either dehumanize or humanize our students. Well, those are some of the issues, and there are many more that we need to pay attention to and know more about. I hope that you will continue to explore these themes in your teaching and learning. And that brings us to the importance of continuing to grow professionally. What we learn today may become obsolete tomorrow. So we need to become a reflective practitioner so we can continue to grow as teachers. Here are 9 dimensions of reflective practice that I would like you to pay attention to. 1. Study your teaching for personal improvement. Reflect regularly. Number 2, evaluate your teaching using research. Bring in the principles from action research that can help you to do this. Number 3, link theory to practice. Use the literature to form your opinions rather than just anecdotal evidence or being influenced by popular media. Number 4, question your personal theories and beliefs. Develop a critical lens. Number 5, consider alternative perspectives and possibilities. Number 6, don't be afraid to try out new strategies and ideas. Be innovative. Number 7, be on the constant lookout to maximize the learning potential of your students. Number 8, continue to enhance the quality of your teaching. And number 9, all of this will lead to continuous improvement in your teaching and professional growth. I have 2 recommendations on how you can do this. Number 1, first thing is to realize that you cannot do this alone. Become part of a personal learning network. You can grow your personal learning network with social media. The second recommendation is to maintain a professional development plan for digital literacy. Take a digital literacy self-assessment online survey to identify the areas of growth. Then use this template to create your digital literacy professional development plan. I have provided all the required links in the video's description, so take a moment to browse through them and at your own convenience. Uh, you don't have to submit anything for this class, but for your own professional growth, this is something that would be really beneficial for you. Well, that's all, folks. It has truly been my pleasure teaching you this course. I wish you the best and good luck as you embark on your journey as a teacher. Thank you.